Hey, shout out to Detroit Piston fans. Let's talk about it. Apparently, the rumor is, Zion Williamson stock is dropping, and Kevin Durant they bringing the action price down. So let's start off with Kevin Durant. They bringing his action price down. And I'm like, why was it even high? That's my opinion on it. Why was it even high? I don't get that. Like, what? Why am I giving up anything fruitful for Kevin Durant? I might give up a first round draft pick and a couple mid tier guys, but if you give me a team like, let's say we got Oklahoma City Thunder, let's say Indiana Pacers, they'd be like, well, we want to add Kevin Durant, bro. I'm giving you Neesmith and maybe a first round pick, and I'm just doing hypothetical out there. Neesmith, a first round pick, and maybe Benedict Math. Benedict, that's the minimum. Benedict Mathurin or Benedict. No, excuse me. Really, I give up Neesmith and a first, and that's it. That's it. I'm not giving up a lot for Kevin Durant. If you say who else you got out there? I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves. Maybe I give up Julius Randle, in a first round pick. That's about it. I'm not giving up Rob Dillingham. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Houston, at the minimum, I'd be like straight up Jalen Green for him. That's it. I'm not giving them nothing else. Jalen Green for him. That's it. Maybe I'll think about throwing the first in there, but Kevin Durant will be 37 years old before the season starts. Why would I give up anything for a guy who blew his Achilles out, who not who he said he not who he was? He might have a 1 or 2 good years left. Hell no. What would they think about the man? They really hell bent on draft capital. But I'm not giving up much other than a first round pick for Kevin Durant and a mid young player. That's it. Are they insane? Well, CJ, what's the equivalent that you give up for the Pistons? Honestly, didn't really think about it, but just thinking about the roster, Tobias in a first, that's it. That's it. And whatever else make the side, if I get Tobias a first and maybe a Funicini, I'm not giving up a lot for that motherfucker. Excuse my language. He old. He's old. To me, for the Pistons, it don't make sense. Zion make more sense. That don't make sense. He's old. He's old. So if I'm like Denver, maybe, like, come on now. I'm more likely to say if I'm most team DeRozan, I'm more likely to say at least DeRozan got more juice in his legs. So that's just how I look at it, honestly. Man, he old as hell. And maybe I'm looking at it all wrong. And, I heard Atlanta interested in it. Like, these motherfuckers hustling backwards. If you ain't Indiana, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Golden State Warriors, which he said he don't want to go, if you ain't the Boston Celtics or maybe Boston to take some of their young pieces and a whole bunch of picks and get Kevin Durant to fill in for Jason Tatum, and in reality, it'll work with him coming. Boston, it make a lot of sense. I just talked myself into that. It make a lot of sense for Boston. If I can take I got a bad contract in Kristaps Porzingis, I bring Al Horford back, I throw some picks in there, I throw some picks in there for old buddy, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I wait till Tatum get back. When Tatum get back, if Tatum at the 3, KD at the 4, we figure the 5 issue out later on. Come to that Robert Williams that I used to have over there. Holiday, Brown, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for Boston it makes, but us, no. Now Zion, he had that little situation with the adult film star Mariah Mills. Now, like I said before, people talking about what she did to her body. It's already a mental illness to be an adult film star. I'm just saying in general, but for a woman, it's already a mental illness for that to be happening. Like I said, it's a mental illness for a woman. I'm telling you, check out my Free Game 89 channel. The link's in the description or in the link tree. It might be in both. And if you're dealing with a woman that ever sold herself as an escort or prostitute, it's a mental illness that you can't help her overcome. strippers and people like that, I would say personally, that's a no-go zone. If you know that's what they done, that's a no. You don't go there. You don't want a relationship with that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, have a better luck licking the inside rim of a strip club's toilet seat, right? But but her lawyer Tony Busby, who was notorious for Deshaun Watson, Jay-Z, and Zion, and probably some other brothers, he said he ain't represented her. So for the most part, the lawsuit is probably fruitless. But at the same time, he still got a strike on his resume. He can't get that back. Even if he sue her, what do you get from her? She broke. You'll think these women that go out here, be strippers and adult film stars, and they do that, and then you doing it for some type of wealth. The OnlyFans, I make 100,000 a year, millions. They don't. They broke. They don't have it. If they had it, come on, man. You think if I ran up let's say I ran up 3 million on OnlyFans in 3 years, why the hell would I still be on there? Why the hell would I still be on there? It don't make no sense. So even though it's still a hit on his reputation, now they're saying that he's really subjected to dead contracts. That's the only thing they think they can get from him is dead contracts. So dead contract, like contracts that's bad contracts that can create cap space, and then like New Orleans is gonna start all over. He already was talking about they was really willing to get rid of damn, what's that team name? We'll get rid of everybody, Trey Murphy, CJ McCollum, and everybody else, and etc. So like I continue to say, if you can get Zion, you got a couple bad contracts and his contract non-guaranteed, and if you could talk to him in a room and you can get a commitment from him, you know what I'm saying? You can get a commitment, and he gonna work hard and stay in shape, and you know what I'm saying? If you give up nothing for him, to me it worked. If you can, they just want expiring contracts, it worked, and I can get them there, you know, and see what happens. I'll get something for nothing. I ain't mad at it, but his, now he just, subject to bad contracts and expiring contracts to help the Pelicans get clean cap, and they just gonna rebuild from the bottom. So Ingram gone, Zion can be gone, Trey Murphy can be gone, McCollum be gone. But it is what it is, man, and it don't surprise me none. Everybody want to imprint it that way. You got to re-tear down the organization. Hopefully, Willie Green survived. He was in a bad situation, man. And Senator Charles Lee in Carolina, man, like you got to come in and you got to be an authoritative figure when you come in those situations. Those two teams needed more of a militant guy like JB Bickerstaff came in, but it's another story for another day. Check out Detroit Pistons to our playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Peace.